Hi, welcome back. Okay, so just kidding. I said I didn't have time for another live, but I have a little bit of time actually. I felt called to do a general message on should you forgive this person. This is going to be kind of like a healing therapy session, okay? General reading, so take everything with a grain of salt. If it's not resonating, just leave it here. It's a message for someone else, okay? This is going to be a general reading, so not everything will resonate, but I felt a need to address situations that you're in that you're undecided about, collective, or maybe you're considering forgiving someone that has hurt you, but you're not sure if they're going to do it again. You're not sure if they're sorry. You're kind of contemplating if you should trust someone is what I'm seeing. So I want to pull on that energy and see what you should do. And please always trust your gut, even if this message is positive or negative. Always trust your gut in your own situation, okay? This is a general reading, okay? I switched decks, so let's see. The Fool card, okay. Hi, Crystal. Through my phone, so I'm thinking it's a sign. Hey, well, are you in a situation where you're contemplating forgiving someone that you're trying to trust? Because that's kind of what I'm channeling, a general reading on. I'm calling it a therapy session. Should you trust this person? Are they sorry? Are they going to do it again? It's kind of a sticky situation I'm seeing. So this is going to be more specific. If it's not your message, that's okay. But the Fool card came out. So you want to take a risk on this. Your heart is being pulled into something. It's like you're very curious about how it's going to play out, but you're nervous and you're not sure if it's like trauma response and trust issues or if it's your intuition warning you. You're struggling to feel like your discernment is tainted. Like, am I looking at this person clearly, or am I reacting out of my own trauma? You know, like, am I repeating cycles of trust issues and projecting them onto that person, or are they really untrustworthy? So you're kind of trying to navigate this. Okay, this might be for you then, girl. And I want to look at this person's intentions. I see that they want to take a chance on you as well. This feels like a mutual energy, but I want to check that there's no motive behind it, okay? And just make sure where this person is coming from. So, show me their motive. Prince of Cups. This person has a lot of feelings for you. So, their motivation is innocent. They do have a lot of feelings for you is what I'm seeing. They care about you, but I want to see, like, in practicality, do they know how to handle the situation? Can they treat you right? Can they be a good partner, friend, family member, whatever it is? Can they respect your boundaries? That kind of thing. Whatever conversation you may have had previously about this situation. Can they live up to their promises? Can they step up, basically? Is what I'm looking at. So far it looks good, but I just want to double check. The Devil! Ah! Okay. Mother trucker. The Devil. Okay, hold on. I'm afraid that this person... 8 of Wands. Oh, okay. Hold on. Is this negative thinking? Is this toxic thinking? Because the 8 of Wands, the way this 8 of Wands is coming, it's action, but it's mental. It's like an overactive mind, or you're acting through maybe a programming in your mind that might be negative. Like you might have grown up in a negative household that reinforced a negative thought pattern in your head, and to look at situations worst case scenario kind of thing. Or you might be still healing and a little sensitive, so you might, like, if someone says something, you might take it in a negative connotation even if they didn't mean it that way. Or you might project fear onto situations, like, I'm afraid this person's gonna lie to me, I'm afraid they're gonna cheat on me, I'm afraid they're gonna betray me, whatever it is, or use you in some kind of way. Okay, I was gonna ask what the reality is, and the Sun and the Moon came out. So, oh my God, I'm hesitant to say this because if you are in something very toxic, please look for those signs and know that. But if you feel like you are potentially projecting toxic fears onto a situation that may be healthy, I'm seeing that might be possible too, because the Sun card and the Moon, it's like your happiness is evasive. Your happiness feels like out of reach, or it's like unattainable, or every time you get a glimpse of it, it's like, this can't be true, this can't be real. It's like you're programmed to accept less, or to expect less, or to not even see like a good thing that's right in front of you because you're afraid it's a scam, or you're afraid that someone's trying to trick you. So I've seen you've been really let down by people in your life, key relationships, people that should have been supporting you, encouraging you, honoring you, protecting you. Maybe didn't. They really dropped the ball. So you're having a hard time, even in adulthood, addressing some of these, I don't know, how do you want to say it? Some of these programs in your head, because you don't want to keep reliving your past and let it rob you of your future. So like you're afraid to repeat the past, but you're also afraid to like project fears from the past and like ruin. It's like when you're overly jealous or suspicious and you keep asking your partner like, did you do this, did you do this, where were you? And it's like you're too hyper like vigilant about it, maybe like you need to calm down a little bit, put yourself back in your body. You can do this through meditation, really grounding yourself in nature, and through your root and sacral chakra is what I'm hearing, so that you can hear your higher self. It's a calm voice. If you feel this anxious voice, like, oh my God, it's gonna happen, if it's this like anxious voice in your head, that's fear, that's trauma. If it's a calm voice that is warning you and it's like, you do not belong here, or this isn't right for you, if it's a calm voice, listen to that, if that makes sense. If it's a hyper like anxious voice, that is fear. That is a toxic, that is like something you're trying to heal. So that, I guess, that is the difference, and it can be tricky to deal with if you suffer from anxiety or anything like that. Oh, awesome. Right on so far, this particular person is a relative, and she's proven time and time again she can't be trusted. I'm sorry. She takes and takes and takes and doesn't respect boundaries. Okay. So be careful. Like I said, I do want you, some of this is like programming from that toxic thing, and it's more like spirit warning you, don't take the mess of that situation and project it onto people that are in your corner. But let me see if this person has good intentions, because I feel like they do keep trying to reach out or trying to bridge the gap. Maybe they don't understand the ways that they're being toxic or mistreating you, or they might be slightly narcissistic and they're a little deluded about it and they don't like to self-reflect, something like that as well. I'm gonna look at their intentions. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Okay, let's do it. Princess of Swords. They want to communicate. Part of them is very heartbroken about it, but I'm also seeing that they're flipping the narrative. It came out upside down, reversed, that it's like they're trying to put the blame on you for maybe something that they did or instigated, which I don't like that energy. They do want to resolve this conflict, but I'm seeing it's more for their own comfort with the Queen of Wands. It's more because they want people to think that they're a good person. They want to see that you guys have a good relationship, so they don't question that person. Like, why aren't you in that person's life? Why don't you guys get along? They want to be seen as a good person. They want to sweep this under the rug. They do want to be on good terms with you, but it's kind of like they don't really want to take responsibility is the problem. So that puts the burden onto you to bear this emotional weight of whatever happened, because they refuse to acknowledge it. They refuse to accept any part in it, or apologize, even if they didn't mean whatever it was. They're just like shutting it down. They're either in total denial and they know they did wrong, or they're so far up their own ass they don't think they did anything wrong. Who still gives her any time? Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you have to take care of yourself, hun. Like, don't, if it's something that's really disrupting your mental health, like your day-to-day happiness, if you can kind of like keep this person at an arm's length and be there for them on a surface level and not really divulge personal stuff that they could weaponize against you, and maybe like kind of like that, maybe keep them at arm's length, that might be okay. But be very careful to set your boundaries and not let this person try to rope you into this conflict or put blame onto you or try to triangulate you to other family members, like, oh, she's on my side, see, I'm not wrong, blah, blah, something like that. So be careful. I feel like you also need to be firm and loving but honest with this person. You need to voice, I care about you, but this is the things that you've hurt me, or this is the reasons I need some space for you, or I need a little time, or I need a little distance. In as gentle and a loving, firm way, I think you need to voice that to them if you haven't already, so that they know where you're coming from, that it's not like you don't care, you're just being a little self-protective, unfortunately, in this situation because they burned you in the past. So just be like, I care about you, I'm always here, but this is my truth right now. I need some time to myself to figure things out, or I need a little space, or whatever. If you feel comfortable having that conversation. Oh no, you're fine. I like interacting, and there's only 2 people in here. It's fine, Crystal. This is just a random message that dropped. I was not going to do this reading. I was on my way to go do something else. So this might be for you because I wasn't even planning to do this. I was putting my phone away and then I was like, wait, a message just downloaded. So I felt like I needed to. Let me get some advice on how to handle it. For you or anybody else that might watch this back that's dealing with a similar situation. It has like some bad history and trust issues. Okay. I'm going to take these all upright because they fell. 3 of Wands. Yeah, take a little distance, like I said. Make a plan. Like maybe I'm just not going to hang out with them as much. Or I'm only going to call them. And I'm not going to answer every phone call. Or if I don't feel like hanging out with them and I don't have the energy, I'll politely decline. Like set some kind of... Oh, my hair, sorry. Set some kind of boundary for yourself if you want to continue contact with this person. Yeah, because they have the power to disrupt your bubble or your situation. This person is kind of destructive, and so you're afraid that will continue to leak into your life or have negative consequences on your situation or stress you out to the point where that happens. This person does rely on you, like you were saying with the 4 of Coins here. But Spirit is saying, be firm, like stand your ground, like 10 toes down. Like if you give them a chance, you feel led to give them a chance, that's okay. But I think you should set some kind of boundaries. Like, I don't want to cut you out of my life, but I need a little space, or I need a little time to trust you again, or something like that. Just kind of let them know that things are going to be a little bit different from now on, or that there's new rules of engagement, basically. The World, take some space from this person. It might be healthier if you're at I mean, you can't just like up and move, but if you are long distance, keep it that way. Or if you like, don't move in with this person, don't cohabitate, don't be too close to where they're in your inner like bubble. You need a little bit of a distance, like a little bit of separation from like your immediate environment, job, friend group, home. It's like Spirit is saying, set an energetic bubble around you that you have a space to go to get away from this person. Or if you do cut them off, They can't infiltrate that, is what I'm hearing. And King of Cups. Follow your gut. I really think Spirit is asking you to be compassionate with this person, but that is not enabling them. Sometimes being compassionate with someone is confronting them, being real with them. You can do it in a very loving way, but just be like, unfortunately, because of A, B, and C, like, it's really hard for me to trust you. And so I want to love you from a distance, or I want to take a little space, or I don't want you in my immediate friend group, or I don't want you invading my relationships, or I don't want you, you know, like messing with my, showing up at my job, or whatever it is that's kind of like inappropriate or overstepping the line, or just you're not comfortable with that person on this level. That's okay to state. And if they take it badly, then that's your answer. If they respect it, then great. But Spirit is saying, yeah, set your boundaries, because the Tower is here. I feel like this person doesn't intend to do it. It's something inside them that's a little destructive or self-destructive is what I'm hearing. So it kind of tends to bleed on to the people around them, unfortunately, these consequences in some kind of way. Let me get you a closing message. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Do this in love. I feel like this person is on the brink of something, like having a breakdown, or like they don't have a lot of support. This is not your fault. You don't have to like take on this emotional burden, but you might be one of the only persons, like you said, that is available for this person or there for them. So take that into consideration if you do talk to them or cut them off. Just do it in love, do it gently. Or if you have to take space or distance yourself in some kind of way, like you don't want to hang out as often or talk as often, or you don't have to be like, I'm not telling you my business anymore, but just don't tell them your business anymore, you know, that kind of thing. Try to do this in love. This person has a lot of demons. They have a lot of issues that I feel like they're really struggling to handle. I feel like most days is really hard for this person. They're overcome by these energies that are, I'm seeing like spiritual enemies. They might have a spiritual influence on them that causes them to drink or be chaotic or angry or something. It's a spiritual thing. So this person is like dealing with this, but they don't know how to handle it properly. I feel like this energy on them is kind of overcoming them most of the time, unfortunately. So it's not your fault, but this person does go through their own struggles to the point where they can't quite cope. So they do need support and understanding from people, but they push people away. So it's very tricky. I'm seeing maybe addiction issues, maybe mental health issues. It gets very confusing on all sides on how to deal with it. It's kind of a roller coaster. They also might lie. They might lie about being sober, having a job, they're criminal. Like they might lie about some of the things that they get into or get in trouble with or something like that. And it's not like, I feel like they're just embarrassed, or they want people to think they're doing better than they are, or they're afraid to ask for help because they don't want to admit it's gotten so bad, or they have such a problem or something like that. So be careful. I'm seeing this as a very tricky situation, girl, and whoever else is watching or watching later, but take care of yourself first. The Spirit is asking you to do this in love and be very compassionate with this person, but not above yourself. Don't put them before yourself and your own needs. If you know they're lying to you, you know they're spinning a story, or they're trying to manipulate you to enable them in some kind of way, or to like sign off on their toxicity, you can put your foot down. I feel like you're just gonna have to have a really honest, open heart, compassionate conversation with this person and kind of just tell them where you're coming from. You don't have to be like, I'm not your friend anymore or whatever, but just be like, I just need a little space. I need to feel like you're telling me the truth. I need to know that you're okay, or whatever it is. The situations might be different. But that's what I'm seeing. Navigating this is going to be tricky, so be gentle with yourself and do not put this person's needs above your own. If it's affecting you, please set boundaries, because there are energetic vampires that refuse to handle their shit, and they'll just keep dumping it on other people, because until they hit that wall where they don't have anywhere to turn but to face their demons and clean them up, it's like then they'll finally do that. And some people will keep avoiding that until the day they die, if other people enable them or allow them to do that, because it's very overwhelming to face yourself sometimes. It's very overwhelming to heal and take accountability for your own shit and trauma and the ways you're hurting other people or being destructive. So if that makes sense, it's okay to have this person around a little bit, but please, please, please be careful. Set your boundaries. Don't let them leech off of you. Don't let them drain you. You can not answer your phone if you don't want to. You can set a boundary and not see them for a couple weeks, months, whatever it is. You know, like, I don't know the situation or how fed up you are, or how, you know, how long this has gone on for. So you're going to have to take that into account in what I'm telling you for your different situations. But yeah, put yourself first, because this has the potential to disrupt your life in a major way with the Tower, and you don't deserve that. This is this person's mess to handle. You shouldn't have to clean up their messes. And then I'm seeing what you said. I'm sorry, I'll cut back on the messages. Oh no, it's fine. Addiction and mental health. Yeah, it's really tricky. I mean, I've had family that's dealt with addiction and mental health, and like for one family member, it took him about 15 years to get sober. It was on and off, and it was just a nightmare, and it's very tricky to navigate, especially if they're adult and you can't force them to go to a facility and get help. It is very hard to be even involved in that situation. So, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Just be careful. This person is still kind of lying to save face, because they don't really want to be totally transparent with how bad the situation is, or they don't want people to totally cut them off. So call them on your bullshit if you need to, if you know that they're like using, or you know, I wouldn't accuse them of anything, because that could discourage them. But if you like find the paraphernalia, like you know that they're doing it kind of thing, don't just like assume, because that can be really hard too, when like everyone assumes you're a fuck up and you're really trying. That sucks. So, you know, if they are trying, acknowledge that and tell them, you know, I'll be here for you. I'm praying for you. I encourage you. I'm sending you good vibes, but I'm not going to enable you. I'm not, you know. So you have to be very loving and firm. It's like tough love, you know. So it's kind of hard to navigate. I had to do this with some family members too, so I understand. But that's all I got. That was a very specific message. I think it was for you, Crystal, but anyone else watching, it might resonate for them as well, or if you guys watch this back later. So if you need a personal reading, you can always email me. Check out my Instagram if you want to connect. Thank you for watching, girl. There's someone else in here, but I don't know who. But hi, guys. Bye, guys. I do have to run now. I'm actually going to run. I just got that download, so I had to jump back on for that message, okay? So see you guys later. Bye. Good luck with that situation, okay? Bye.